Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Team Big Plays. I'm here with the boys.
Hello.
So we just got done recording some other videos like 5 minutes ago, so now it's Tommy's turn. What you got for me, guy?
I don't really have a good name for them, but Infinitracks is what I've been going with. It's a Infinitrack, train, Machina, and then a whole lot of extra deck engine. And just to get started with, let's go through some of the Infinitrack monsters. So you got 2 Dozer, 3 Trencher, 3 Anchor Drill, and 3 Harvester. And these are pretty much the meat and bones of the deck. You do your 3 ofs of Harvester and Anchor Drill for your level manipulation. Any of the 2s, you run level 2s, level 5s, level 8s, level 4s, level 10s. You can go any of those kinds of large level scales. You've got Infinitrack Trencher for the graveyard recovery. Not to mention it's one of your level 5s, and you use it to tribute your Earth Machine monsters, get them engrave, recycle. And then you have Brutal Dozer, same purpose as Trencher, except sometimes you use that special summon as an end game play, get 2 monsters on board, go into one of your later extra deck monsters. Unfortunately, he locks you in Earth Machines. That's mostly it for the Infinitracks. Then you've got the Machinas. You've got Machina Cannon, Machina Metal Cruncher, man I can't speak, and Machina Fortress, as well as 2 Machina Citadels. These are more or less to be used with your 2 copies of Machina Overdrive, as well as the spell card Machina Redeployment, and that's for later. This adds consistency to it. I know personally that this card kills people with its wipe removal. These are for the level manipulation and deck searching. This is a level 8 that you can special summon from hand by pitching to grave. This is a level 7 that you can special summon from hand by pitching to grave. So they will get you a level 2 and a level 7 for level 9 VFD. This will get you level 12 with the level 8 and level 4. That can go into Zeus or any level 12 XZ. And then you got Metal Cruncher. When you summon him, gives you a card to hand. And if you have 3 copies of any of the cards that you would be searching with him, it's just a free add to hand. That card is crazy though. And then on to the last chunks of stuff. You got the train engine, which is short and sweet. 2 Pegasus, 2 Derricrane. Derricrane's just there because sometimes he's useful, sometimes he isn't. He free summons on any Earth Machine summoning. And then Pegasus for kind of my favorite combo in the entire deck, which is just normal summon Anchor Drill, effective Anchor Drill, special summon Pegasus, effective Pegasus, special summon a Earth Machine from grave. Now you've got 2 level 4s on field with pretty much any of the Earth Machines if you had them engraved previously on field. Level manipulation on Pegasus Stampede is also invaluable. You could never go wrong with it.
Advantage. You know, unless, you know, reasoning.
Yeah. Tangent. So going into the spells, man, I'm upset. Why'd you have to remind me about reasoning? I have a personal vendetta against this man. Also, real quick, Summoner Monk and 2 Nibiru for the last 2 monsters.
That's self-explanatory.
Summoner Monk summons a level 4. You just saw my level 4s. That's good. This piece of garbage, this man recording this thing, I run reasoning because I'm running a variety of levels. Every time, he just declares level 4, and it's always my Pegasus or my Summoner Monk or my Anchor Drill. I've never been able to successfully use reasoning against this man recording.
And it's just me.
It's just him. Actually, it happened against Corey and Sean earlier as well. Anyway, I hate you all. Going on with it though, back to the Infinitrack engine, you got Heavy Forward. Heavy Forward gives you a free Infinitrack. It's also a great way to bait if you already have one, bait out an Ash. People will oftentimes negate this. However, if you have this card and then Machina Redeployment, you have a choice of either discarding a card to add 2 Machina monsters, which means you'll get a guaranteed summon of at least one of them, since the 2 of these discard 1 other monster. All the Machinas can trigger for that. You can add this if you're trying to get a starting hand, or you can always add one of them and Citadel, pitch Citadel to grave for the later graveyard effect. Crazy stuff. Or you can discard a Machina card and add any Machina cards with different names. So you can add Overdrive and a monster but we'll get into overdrive later. After that, you've got more of the train engine with urgent schedule. Urgent schedule, busted. I'm glad after the reprint that it went down in price because now I can finally get some. And basically, think of every advantage Cyber Dragon has with none of the weaknesses, because it's only if your opponent controls more monsters than you. And you get 2 free monsters from deck. And it's a quick play spell. Not to mention, in Infinitracks, you're just going to be summoning that level 5 Infinitrack, Trencher, and level 4. Just about anything, honestly. You don't care about the level 4. Going on to more of the support cards, you got Machine Dupe. Machine Dupe is crazy, because Harvester, you're running at 3 and it has 0 attack, and Trencher, you're running at 3 and it has 500 attack. So, just off of summoning Trencher or Harvester, you can use the Harvesters to go into 2 level 4s, go into Abyss Dweller, go into Baguska. You can use Infinitrack Trencher, go into Nova Infinity. And it's crazy. This card can single-handedly win you a match sometimes. Then, you got some of the more substandard, standard ones. You got Called by the Grave, because Ash Blossom still exists, and I hate it. You got Dark Ruler No More, because people like to set up 50 negates, and I hate it. And then you've got a bit of a less used card, but some people who play against it know what it is. 3 Drag Down into the Grave. You reveal your hand, and your opponent reveals their hand, and you each choose a card to be discarded to the graveyard and draw a card.
And in your deck, it's like...
In my deck, they're discarding something to my graveyard. I can set anything I don't want them to get rid of, have them shove it into the grave, draw something better, go into a full combo, get out of VFD.
Yeah.
Which, now, now that I can go into my traps, and then into my extra. So, onto traps, I already showed you the 2 Overdrive. Overdrive is a way to special summon Machina Citadel from deck. A 3,000 attack beat stick with a wipe effect. Not
that
to mention a
brings
graveyard
itself
recovery.
back. Yeah.
Crazy card. Then, on top of that, you use it in your main combo use for this, aside from just summoning out the Machinas, is Trencher. Trencher banishes itself to special summon your Infinitracks from grave. However, Machina Overdrive lets you take, when it's in the graveyard, after it's been used, except the turn it was used, you can banish it, target up to 3, or I think you target 3 monsters, machine monsters that have been banished or in your graveyard, return them to the deck to draw a card. That's just recovery. This deck loves to have these things engraved, banish them, and then get them back. And I used to run this at 3. Right now my deck is a bit too stuffed to run 3 of them, but honestly, it's saved me in duels to be able to recycle that much. Going back, and then on to the more usual stuff. 2 evenly matched, because evenly matched is kind of busted.
Nobody expects the main deck evenly.
I usually main deck 3, can't find my 3rd copy, and then main deck 3 Imperm because it's basically Effect Veiler, but slightly better.
Yep.
That's easy enough. Now the meat and grits of this whole deck. My extra deck.
The spice. The sauce.
So there are 2 things that this deck does. 1, it summons a crap load of XZ monsters. It's going to take me a minute just to get through them all. So, in order, I have 2 rank 4s, 2 rank 5s, a rank 6, a rank 7, 2 rank 8s, rank 9, rank 10, and 2 rank 12s. I can summon all of these, and most of the time I'm using an Infinitrack for one of the materials. 2 level 4s. So starting with the rank 4s, you have the Summoner Monk, which is just a guaranteed one of these 2. You have Anchor Drill, who is a level 4, and if you summon it with Pegasus, that's 2 level 4s. Pegasus can summon Anchor Drill from Grave, that's 2 level 4s. And you can just have one on field and then normal summon one from hand, 2 level 4s. Baguska is the greatest stall card, second only to VFD. Abyss Dweller is great in the meta currently.
Yep.
Infinitrack Riverstormer. It's really the only Infinitrack extra deck card that made it over to this deck. It lets you, it's 2 level 5s, and you can add an Infinitrack, or not Infinitrack, sorry, an Earth Machine monster from deck to hand. Or from deck to grave, which is just great. One of the best combos I usually have is Infinitrack Infinitrack River Stormer, have Harvester in hand, add this card, add Derricrane to hand, normal summon Harvester, use its effect, chain, special summon Derricrane, use Harvester's effect, targeting Derricrane, they're now both level 12, go into 7 Sins or Zeus.
Oh. Too easy.
That can just happen if you have 2 level 5s on board. Naturally, the other thing that you want to do if you have 2 level 5s on board is summon Nova. Nova gets you Infinity. And I actually also side deck Mechaba in case somebody wants to stop my Nova. Nova Infinity, you know what Infinity does. It's Infinity. This is a bit of an oddball. Big Eye. There aren't very many good rank 7s that I have. This one still makes a good impression. Your opponent has something on board that you can't get rid of, take it. You can summon it off of a level 2 and a level 5, the level 2 Infinitrack. Pretty common summon, or not a common summon, but it's very useful when you get it. Dingirsu is Dingirsu. Enough said. Hope Harbinger, I don't personally get a lot of use out of it, but I keep it in there in case I want to, summon a Z monster equivalent of Nat Beast.
No.
I don't get a lot of use out of it, but
it's there.
Some people get it. The main star of the deck, and the current reason why every person who is better than me at this game cries. VFD. This card is so easy for me to summon. This whole deck can summon it 3 different ways, none of which anybody enjoys. So, if it'll take me a second, I can summon him using level 2 Harvester, level 7 Fortress. Use Harvester's effect, combine their levels, 2 level 9s, boom. I can use Machina Meta Cruncher after special summoning it using Pegasus. Pegasus's effect, targeting Meadow Cruncher, they're both level 9s, 2 level 9s. Easy. And the classic one, normal summon Anchor Drill, special summon from hand Trencher, or Brutal Dozer if you have it. 2 level 9s. Or sorry, Anchor Drill's effect, target, scale, they both become level 9. Level 9, level 9, level 9. People hate my deck just because of this. Of course, it can get worse than that. You got the classic train card, Dora. This card is kind of busted sometimes. Imagine I activate Calamity's effect. However, before activating that, I used Dora's effect, or chained Dora's effect, making Calamities unaffected.
So not only is your opponent's monsters just screwed, there's no you make it so there's no way to out.
Not to mention, if I activate Calamities, they chain a hand trap, quick effect. Dora is a quick effect. Make Calamities unaffected, resolves backwards. It's unaffected first, then they can't negate it.
Too easy.
So
Plus,
you guarantee your Calamities.
If you have the card, you can take out Harbinger for the one that slaps on top of that, right? The burn damage?
You're talking about Gustav?
Yeah. Could you run Gustav?
I think it's Gustav. You could. The 2000 attack burn damage, I personally don't have that one. I don't run the train burn. Some people do. And that's the whole point of this deck is you can mix it with trains. Heck, you can actually mix this deck with Cyber Dragons.
Trains, Machina, Cyber Dragon.
That used to be my build. Not to mention, Dora allows for a card like Liba. Liba's crazy. I run that in my side deck. Which, yes, I side deck extra deck monsters.
It's because the extra deck's just that flexible.
My extra deck is so stuffed that it's crazy. Anyway, that's pretty good. Who are my 2 level 12s? You know what this is. This is Zeus. We don't need to worry about Zeus.
People hate Zeus sometimes more than Calamities.
7 Sins is Resident Sleeper in my deck. 2 level 12s. If you're running the Spider extra deck engine, you can get him from a used up VFD. I don't remember the exact names of the cards, but there are 2 extra deck cards that special summon themselves for free on other extra deck monsters and can eventually scale you into this. 7 Sins, detach 2 materials, banish all special summon monsters your opponent controls, and attach 1 to it as material. In conjunction with Zeus, you have a 4000 attack beat stick, that banishes all your special summon monsters from your opponent's field, gives itself back a material, attacks for 4k, main phase 2, Zeus.
And on top of that, you can use Goliath to keep giving it material.
So that's where the magic of this deck comes in. You thought Infinitracks were pretty bad, that they can summon pretty much every extra deck monster you've ever seen. This is Goliath. He's a Link 1 with 1000 attack and a very, very big idea for how to make extra decks really annoying. You can summon him off of any non-Link Infinitrack monster, and when he is put into the graveyard, it doesn't care how it gets to the graveyard. When it's in the graveyard, it can attach itself to any XYZ monster. Meaning, I've just gone through, both of my uses of VFD. Well, now he's useless, right? No, I just summon out Goliath, destroy Goliath, attach him to my VFD. If I'm running 3 of them, which I do in this current setup, I could theoretically give him 3 materials so long as my Infinitrack engine supports it.
And Outrigger extension. Outrigger.
I don't run Outrigger extension, but that would be for using the actual extra deck for Infinitracks. That's a different build, and I used to run it. I don't right now. However, I'm just going to keep these here because they're fun. So just imagine at any point, you give Baguska another material. No, everyone already hates that he has 2 turns of being a stall card, and technically 3. Now he has 4. You give Abyss Dweller another material. People are going to hate you. You don't have to care about this card. Give Nova Infinity just an added material for the hell of it. And this is now a great point to mention. When it's equipped to a machine monster, that is an XYZ monster as material, that monster cannot be destroyed by card effects anymore. Just as a condition of the card. So if I attach it to Nova Infinity, if I attach it to River Stormer, if I attach it to Dora, if I attach it to Zeus, which is crazy, if I attach it to Dingirsu, these can no longer be destroyed by card effects. That's unfair. There's literally no reason why I should be able to have a effect damage proof Zeus on board. Not to mention that I can just continuously recycle materials to my XYZ monsters. Anyway, last part, and I swear this has only taken so long because there's just so many different techs, and I haven't even gone through all the specific combos. You have my side deck, which contains an illegal card. Don't tell anyone. So, starting off, invoke Mechaba. That's because I run Nova in the main extra deck. At any point, if I realize, I'm playing against, Dogmatica?
Yeah.
I can side in Mechaba if I know that they're interrupting my Nova plays, run Mechaba, get a free Mechaba out whenever they wipe my Nova Infinity. That's fine. Got another spare Nova Infinity in case I don't feel like just using Mechaba, in case I just want to run 2 Nova Infinities. Nothing pisses somebody off more than having 2 Infinities on board. It's just unfun. The next turn, they're just going to take 2 of your monsters, have 2 negates ready, and start beating you over to death.
Just more stop cards.
This is that illegal card I was talking about. This is number 86, Diabolos the Mind... Or is it Mind Hacker or Matter Hacker? Doesn't matter. It exists in the TCG, but it is like $1,500 to buy because it is a prize pack card. I run this as a proxy.
That's why it's illegal. Not because it's actually illegal.
No, it's because it's an OCG card. This is the OCG printing.
Yeah.
And you're not allowed to use that in TCG. I don't know why.
But if you happen to have the card or the 1K plus to drop, it's there.
It's special because you can look at your opponent's extra deck and banish a card they can from their extra deck face down. And whenever a card is banished into your opponent's banished pile, face down or face up, you can make them banish that many cards from their deck. So say they activate Pot of Desires. Is that the card?
Yeah.
Not
Pot of Extravagance?
Or Extravagance. Desires or Extravagance. The ones that banish for cost. They banish their 10 cards for Desires. It's Desires, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Desires, they banish 10. Diabolos makes them banish 20. That's just hilarious. That's why I run it in the side deck. I've not gotten to use it for that. They run Extravagance, they banish 6, they banish 12. They're banishing 6 more from the top of their deck. Fun card, wish it wasn't so expensive. Then we got a bit of an oddball, Jormungandr Generator. It's a bit of more of a recycle card. You don't want a card in hand, or you want to add a card to him as material. You also get to steal from an opponent. You use his effect. Both players draw a card, then attach a card from field or hand to it as material, and it gains attack. After its first use, it's a 3k beat stick with a quick effect draw.
Pretty good.
And it's 2 level 9s, which is, like I said, not hard for me to do. Speaking of level 9s, another copy of Calamities. I oftentimes put this in the extra deck starting. This isn't usually in the side deck, just sometimes it is. Having 2 VFDs, and when the opponent gets rid of a VFD, they think, oh, I might be safe now. No. I'm going to put VFD
Because what's
back
better than 1 game ender, 2 game enders?
Ends the game before you even start, and I can attach material from it. And don't forget, I still have these Machina overdrives, which, by the way, Goliath is a machine. So I can just start shoving my Goliaths back into my main deck, using overdrive, put them back onto my Calamities.
Infinitracks.
Infinitracks. And then to finish it all off, probably one of the most well-known train cards in the entire train OTK, Leva. Who doesn't love Leva?
I mean, he got a nice foil upgrade. He got a nice rarity upgrade, too.
So glad he got cheaper. You summon this on Dora. I can't hard summon this in my deck, unfortunately. I haven't tried to. I probably could manage it with a lot of resources. But I get 2 level 10s, go into Dora, use Dora's effect to make something unaffected by card effects for the rest of the turn. Go into him. I've now got a 4k beat stick that I can activate once to give him 6k. And pretty much kill anything my opponent has. There's no card on field that anyone usually has that can out damage 6k attack. They might be able to out it just because it's weaker. However, I might probably put a Goliath on it as material since it's a machine monster. So it's no longer able to be destroyed by card effects, which protects it from quite a bit. It can still be popped back to hand, sent to graveyard, all the things. But for a beat stick, you're not going to find much better.
So,
anyway, that's the whole Infinitrack deck. That's not even going into any of the combos. I'll spare you every little combo and intricacy. God, there's so many times that you get like the craziest little trend of Summoner Monk into Anchor Drill, into Pegasus, into Graveyard Summon.
into advantage.
Into further advantage with the Anchor, we're not Anchor Drills, the Goliaths. But I'm already stumbling over my words just about a deck that I know. This deck is gaining more popularity as just the archetype of Infinitrax gains more popularity, but I've been working on this deck for months.
Before this deck even came out.
Before this deck, before people even really cared about Infinitrax, once they came out, I knew I wanted to make an Infinitrack deck, and I'm so happy that they are this good.
So,
that's it for me.
yeah, that's it for the video, guys. If you like, subscribe, notification bell, everything down below, and yeah. Peace.